Hello everyone, good evening. How are you all? Yes, I hope everyone's evening holidays, summer holidays has been started and you people must be enjoying your holidays. You must have gone from out of the stations. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, yeah. Good, enjoying. Okay. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. How sweet of you. All are asking. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, you are fine. Even me also fine. Holidays are going on. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay, today we are going to start the materials around us. What do you mean by materials? The things which you see around us is the materials around us. So many things are there. Even this pen is also made up of material only. So material, if you are holding any pen or you are looking to around you, you can see so many of materials made up of different objects. Objects are made of the different materials. Maybe plastic, maybe metal, or maybe paper, isn't it? So many. Yeah, okay. It is your favorite topic. Okay, materials around us. Okay. Uh-huh. Fine. Okay. So as you know that the materials are made by the different types of substances which we use. Maybe it's a plastic, maybe it's a paper, or maybe it's a cardboard, or it's made up of the what you say metal. Metals maybe a different type of metals, maybe gold, maybe copper, maybe silver. Yeah, yeah, matter too. Also, what is the matter? Matter is nothing, but it is a type of okay. Sorry for delay. Okay, we are just restarting with the materials around us. Yes. So materials around us, we will start. So let us start. We are late for 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see, observe the different types of object which is used in everyday activities like notebooks, pens, and we note that different objects are made up of different materials like paper, wood, cloth, glass, metal, plastic, clay, etc. etc. So, how do we define the material? Any substance which is used to create an object is called a material. So in the history also, if you find the poetry people, there's people those who are from Meghad, Sindhu, Saraswati civilization, they were also using. So detailing the techniques like wheel turning slates, painting, baking in kilns and uses, cooking, storage of clay, pottery, terracotta. Now also terracottas are you can find in the in Bhubaneswar, we see the Adivasi Mela. In that also terracotta we find. Terracotta we can find out anywhere, but when the trade fairs occurs that time. So generally we group the materials into a different way. That is your classification. First comes your, okay. So how to group the materials? First comes your classification. Grouping materials or objects are based on similar properties like color, shape, hardness, or the material types. What is a variability? One object can be made from different materials. Suppose you take your pen. The pen, suppose I take the pen. Pen is made up of plastics. Also, it is used the metal tip. Okay. We are using the ink also. So in this way, we are making the pens. One material can make many objects. Like if you take iron. Iron is required for your what? To make the tools, different tools. Okay. Okay, one has written matter is something which has a mass and occupies space. You are absolutely correct. Yeah, today's class is little delay. Sorry for that. I already said. So iron is a material, one of the material we are taking, and it is used to make the tools or it make the furnitures also. We are using the furnitures also. Then different parts, different parts of one object may use different materials. Now, that means different parts of one object may use different materials. Means suppose any object you see, any object you take, use of a different material. Can you give me the example of this? Any example? Okay, different parts of one object may use different materials. Can you tell me which one? Any example if you know? Okay, let me give you one example. X, you take X. X is somewhat like this. It is the wood and this one is your iron. So two material is used to make one tool. Okay. So different materials are used to make a different parts. Now next one is purpose of a selection. When we are choosing any materials according to their properties and use of the object only we are using. Suppose different balls are made from different materials depending on their purpose and bounce. Cricket ball is different, tennis ball is different. The ball which the small babies plays, that is also different. The ball which we use holding like this and we are doing the aqua pressure also different. If the baby is using or the boy playing of a group of a five age, when they are using the plastic balls, hard ball also. So in that way, different materials depends generally on their purpose and the bounce. So this way we had different properties, or say different balls are made up of a different materials. Now, what are the different properties of a material do we find? First comes your lustrous. What do you mean by lustrous? What do you mean by lustrous? Yeah, X is made up of wood as well as iron. Okay. So, depending on the situation and purpose we are using, lustrous means what? Shiny. Materials that shines are called as a lustrous, like iron, copper, and gold. Generally, we talk when we see the iron, we say that it's not shining. But the new iron, when you take out the rod, you will see when you cut it, the iron into two pieces, you will see that it is shining. Inside, it is shining. Becomes dull due to the moisture and air. The copper is also shining. The gold is also shining. Non-lustrous means materials which do not shines at all, like paper, wood, rubber. Okay. Then hard material is also there. Yeah, natural and man-made materials are also there. Obviously, one child has written, that's true. So what happens in that? Hard materials difficult to compress or scratch like a stone or iron. Soft materials easily compressed or scratched easily. So lustrous, non-lustrous, hard material, soft material, compressed or scratched sponge, eraser, candle. Hardness is relative. Some materials are harder or softer, very softer compared to others. So these are the some of the properties of materials according to the purpose of that things we are using the different properties of the materials. Sorry. Now explore the materials through which one can see or cannot see. One is a transparent, opaque, and translucent. Now, what is a transparent, what is a opaque, and what is a translucent? Transparent means materials through which you can be seen clearly, like for an example, your glass, water, air, and cellophane. Now, opaque means the material which one cannot see at all is the wood, cardboard, metals, walls. Then materials through which object can be seen but not clearly, like a butter paper or the frosted glass. So these three are the most important things to know, that transparent is your things which we can see clearly. Opaque means we cannot see anything. Translucent is the things which we can see but not clearly. So these are the properties of the materials through which whether we can see or we cannot see. So this is the most important which you have to remember for your next. Then comes your soluble and insoluble. Soluble and insoluble. Now, soluble and insoluble means, soluble means what? Materials that dissolves in water easily, like salt and sugar. Salt and sugar. Materials which do not dissolve, like sand, chalk powder, They are called as the insoluble solids. Some liquids mix with water. Now, soluble material in water looks like this, and insoluble material in water looks in this way. That is in the not a proper way. Some liquids mix with water, like vinegar, and some do not mix with it. That is like a what you say, like what? Oil, kerosene, kerosene, and some gases also dissolve in water, which is the oxygen. Okay, carbon dioxide also mixes with that. That is carbon dioxide. Oil, that is the kerosene, also do not mix with that. Any kind of oil do not mix with the oil. Vinegar is the soluble liquid which mixes with the. Okay. Then heavy and light. Heavy objects have more mass. Light objects have less mass. Occupy the space. All objects occupy the space. Volume, the amount of space occupied by an object or a substance is called its volume. It is measured always in the liter. It is measured always. Okay, measured in liter and milliliter. Occupy space means suppose this is the substance, this is the half filled, this is fully filled. Now, when we are talking about, suppose this is a bowl, okay, this is a bowl which has occupied the space till here. So that is, we are saying because of this, we are saying this is a matter. Why? It has occupied the sub space and it has the volume. That means the amount space occupied by an object or substance inside this is called as the volume. And it is always measured by liter or milliliter. Now, we are also a matter because when we are sitting in one place, we are occupying the space and we have a mass, or we can say that we had a mole. So the substance which occupies space and has a mass is called as a matter. So this is the space and volume, some of the properties of the matter. Now that is why how we define matter. Matter, anything that has a mass and occupies the space, that is the volume, is called as the matter. In class 5 also you have read it about matter and types of matter. Masses generally have the unit grams and kilograms. Volumes, liters, milliliters, or cubic meters. Yeah. Then important points. When we are using, we have to use the correct unit of a symbol like kg, liter, milliliter, or meter cube. Okay. Then materials are classified because of their properties only for easy study and its uses. Then Ayurveda also classified matter based on 20 properties, that is a guna, that you will learn it later on. So my question arises, why we have to understand the properties of a material? Why? Yes. Yeah, someone has asked what is the difference between mass and volume? Do classify them, ma'am. Ankit is abusing me. Okay, that is your actually problem. Who is abusing? Mass is the actual amount of matter in an object, and volume is the amount of three-dimensional space that matter occupies. Yes, actually, mass is the actual amount of matter in the object or in an object, and volume is the amount of three-dimensional space that matter occupies. One child has written, that is Devasmita. Yes, you are correct. So that two items can have the exact same volume but wildly with different masses, like a balloon versus if you say balling the ball. So different will have a this is how much stuff or matter an object contains is the mass, and how much physical space an object takes up, that is the volume. Okay. Okay, now let us come to the next point, that our question number one. I think materials around us is not so big chapter, only to understand what are the properties or what are the substances made up of is the important. So what determines the choice of material for making a specific object? What determines? Actually, what do you determine? What you find out? What determines you to choice of a material for making a specific object? Only the color or cost of the material, or availability of the material in a specific region, or the material's properties and the intent purpose of object, or the ease with which the materials can be broken. Which one, according to, is the correct answer for you? Yeah, I'm not getting any answer. Thank you. If you're thinking that I'm teaching really very well, I'm so grateful to you all. If you're understanding, that's a good thing. Or self to compare to others. Yeah, what is the use? Yes, what is this? Okay, so tell me the answer for the first one. What determines the choice of material for making any specific object? Suppose I want to make any specific object, why I should choose the materials? Yeah, C is the correct answer. Happy, happy. The materials properties, yes, the materials properties and the intended purpose of the object should be matched properly. For that reason, we have to choose the material for making specific object. Suppose I want to make any water, I want to strain from the tea. When I strain, I need to make it the cloth, or I will take it the strain with the nylon strainer. Nylon strainer, yes. So that is how we are finding out the materials for the purpose of anything. Why might some metals lose their luster and appears dull over a time? You know that metals always have their lustrous, they are lustrous, but gold and silver are very noble metals, so they do not lose their luster and do not appear dull. But if we talk about the iron, copper, aluminium, why do they have the changes the color over a time? Why do they appear the dull? Because they absorb too much of a light. Which light? Sunlight. Okay. Due to effect of air and moisture on the surface, because they are polished too frequently, or because they transform into a non-metals. Yes, correct. What some people are giving the answers. The answer is B. Okay, due to effect of air and moisture on the surface. Yes. What happens? Suppose we take a metal. Okay, this metal, when they expose to the air, that is oxygen from the air, oxygen and water, moisture, water moisture in the form of a, yeah. Moisturizer is the wrong. Moisture is the correct. Moisturizer is different. So oxygen from the air and water vapor, moisture from the air, they combine with this and they changes the dull appearance. They change the metal into dull appearance. That is why it has to be coated properly. Otherwise, lustre lost their properties, metals lost their properties, that is the lustrous property, they're lost and become dull. So time to time we have to see, we have to check that metal. Okay, next one is, what is the key difference in appearance between the freshly cut wood and iron? What is the key difference? What is the key difference between freshly cut wood and iron? Freshly cut wood distinct appearance quite different from the tough iron. Freshly cut wood is shiny. Is it so? I'm having a doubt. While iron is a dull. Both freshly cut wood and iron always look identical. Iron is always soft, while freshly cut wood is always hard. So, which answer do you think the third one will be? What is the key difference in appearance between the freshly cut wood and iron? B, maximum children are giving B answer. Then third one is the D answer. Iron is always soft. Iron is not a soft. Mass and weight are same. Yes. So this answer is not a B. Actually, the answer is A. Freshly cut wood has a distinct appearance, quite different from that of iron. It already question. Yeah. So freshly cut wood has a distinct appearance, quite different from that of iron. When you cut to the iron, what happens? It will show the shiny, very shiny it will appear. But when you cut the wood, distinct appearance it will show. It will not have any shiny appearance. Okay. Now next one is, which of the following is an example of a non-luscious garment? Now this is the very easy answer. Come on, give the answer. Gold, copper, then paper. Okay, I'm showing you the aluminium. Now, gold is a metal, copper is a metal, paper is what? Paper is a metal. What will be the answer? Aluminum is a metal. Now, out of this, which one is called as a non-lustrous, means not having the shiny property? Neither gold. Gold is having shiny property. It is not a non-lustrous. So we'll put cross, we'll put cross, we'll put cross. The answer will be paper. Paper is your non-lustrous. Okay. Paper is your non-lustrous. So let us go to the next class. Next question. Why can a tumbler made up of a cloth? Now see the material what is taken. Can a tumbler made up of a cloth not be used for storing water? Why? Is it too heavy to make a tumbler? Cloth is not capable of holding water as it is a porous. Cloth tumblers are not aesthetically pleasing, or cloth changes color when wet. Why can a tumbler made of cloth not be used for storing water? Come on, give the answer for fifth one. Fifth one is what answer you are giving? Let me check. What is tumbler? Okay, tumbler is nothing, but it is a type of a, like that, this type of a tumbler. Tumbler means type of a vessels which we use to store the water. 100% B, 100% D. Okay. Okay. Cloth is not capable of holding water. Absolutely correct. So, cloth is not capable of holding water because it is a porous in nature, and water will pass through it. How long you will take a thick cloth, also the water will pass out. So, we cannot use this one. Then, number six, how are soft materials characterized? How are these soft materials characterized? Tell me. Materials that are always shiny and smooth, materials which can be compressed or scratched easily, materials that are difficult to bend or break, materials that are good conductors of heat. Now, how can you find out which one is a soft materials? Fifth one is B, okay, sixth one is also B. Materials can be compressed or scratched easily, that is the soft materials. And in the hard materials, neither they are compressed nor they are scratched easily. Yes, you all are correct. Good, good, very good. Yes, correct answer is materials which can be compressed and easily or scratched easily. Let us go to the seventh question. What is the main difference between transparent and opaque material? It is tumbler is also called as a bucket. We cannot say bucket because the handle is not there in the tumbler. What is the main difference between transparent and opaque materials? Transparent materials are always hard. Opaque materials are always soft. Transparent materials reflect all light. Opaque materials absorb all light. Transparent materials are man-made. Opaque materials are natural made. Things can be seen clearly through transparent materials, not all the through opaque materials. Yeah, D is the correct answer. Absolutely correct, all of you. But some are giving the B answer. Transparent materials reflect all light, opaque materials absorb all light. Though we cannot see anything, that is the opaque material, and which we can see through clearly is the transparent material. Reflection is different. Now the eighth one. Gulen hides behind a wall. Shita hides. Please read the question properly. Gulen hides behind a wall. So these cannot be visible. Let me do the D1. Okay. Gulen hides behind a wall. Shita hides behind a big tree. And Sarah hides behind a frosted glass. The door during a game of hide and seek. Okay. Shita's younger brother, who is the observer, watching them through a clear glass window. Which child is hiding behind the translucent material? Now, what is a translucent materials? I've already discussed. Translucent material means the material which we can see the things, but it's not clearly. If the opaque material is made up of complete dark color, then it can absorb light. Okay, that is a different thing. In transparent, we can see to the other side. In opaque, we cannot see the other side. Okay. Okay. So now tell me this answer. Gulan hides behind a wall, Shita hides behind a big tree, and Sarah hides behind a frosted glass. Door during a game of hide and seek. Shita's younger brother is watching them through a clear glass window. Which child is hiding behind a translucent material? Gulan, Sheeta, Sarah, or Sheeta's younger brother observer? So you can see that Gulan is hiding behind a wall. That means opaque. Yeah, what answer you are giving? All of you, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah only one, two, three. So six children has the correct answer. Yes, Sarah is the correct answer. Sarah is behind the frosted glass. Now, frosted glass is the example of translucent material. Things we can see but not clearly can be seen. This is how we find out the answer. First, read the question. When you are reading any Olympiad question, first you go through the question thoroughly, then check it what is the question had been asked to you. Then try to match with the question with the given materials, and easily you can get the answer. Like I found the answer frosted glass. Now see, behind a wall that is the opaque, behind a big tree is also opaque. Sarah Heights frosted glass is a translucent, and Sheeta's younger brother is watching through a clear glass window. Clear glass window means it's a transparent. But his question is asking translucent material, and translucent material is always frosted glass, which we can see the things but not clearly seen. This is how we find the answer for the Olympic. What are the materials that do not mix with water and do not disappear even after stirring? This already we had discussed that materials which do not mix with the water are called insoluble material or insoluble substances. For a long time of period also, if you're stirring, if it is not going, so what will be the answer? I think I told you the answer, insoluble. Yes, insoluble in water is called as the substances which do not mix with the water and do not disappear after the stirring for a long time period. What are the standard SI unit used to measure mass as mentioned in the context of matter? How do we find out the mass? Liter and milliliter, meter or centimeter, gram or kilogram, and Newton and joule. What are the standard SI unit? Standard SI unit used to measure mass mentioned in the context of the matter. Okay, some are giving C answer. A answer. A, liter and milliliter that we are doing for the volume. This is for the length. So naturally this will be the for the mass. So the answer is gram and kilogram. Yes. Joule is to measure the energy. Yes, you are correct. Yeah. Those who are giving the answer A, it's wrong. Gram and kilogram is correct. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 11. What are the two fundamental properties that all matter possesses? We can easily find out that yes, this is a matter. Two properties. Luster and hardness. Remember children, I'm talking about only matter. I'm not talking about any material. I'm talking about matter which possesses. What are the two fundamental properties on basis of that we find what type of matter it is? Color and texture, solubility and transparency, mass and volume. Mass volume means occupying the space. Yeah, 11 answer is maximum children are giving D. Okay. Emojis also you all are setting. Yes, but a little. What do you mean by that? Okay, D is the correct answer. A is the wrong answer. D is the correct answer. Maximum children are saying D. Yes, mass and volume is the two properties. These are the two properties which is possesses the Matter possesses properties. Now, 12th one, assertion and reasoning. Now, you are in a sixth standard, means assertion and reasoning will start. Assertion means what is the fact, and the reason is according to the assertion, the reason has been given. Now, a tumbler made of glass can hold water. Glass is a transparent and hard material. Both A and R true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true, but R is false. A is false, but R is true. Out of this one, you have to choose. Which one do you think? A tumbler made up of glass can hold water. Okay. Glass is a transparent and hard material. So, what is the correct answer? Mm-hmm. B. Gram and kilogram. You all are in a gram and kilogram. I'm asking about 12 question. 12 is a B. Yes, those who have answered this one, both A and R true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Why? Because if you take the tumbler, it holds the glass with the water. Yes, it's true. Glass is a transparent and hard material. This makes that it's not explanation for this. Okay? Glass is not a hard material. Okay. Now let us come to the this answer is the correct B answer is the correct answer for this. Next, let us move to the question number 13 and 14. Which of this is an example of transparent materials? Now let me see how many of you are answering transparent. Clearly we can see. 12B is over. Gitanjali, okay. Mm-hmm. Now let us see 13 answer. Air. Why do you think that air is the transparent material? Glass is a fragile, not a hard material. Thank you. Glass is a brittle. Yes, correct. Now 13 answer is C. That is air. Yeah. B, those who are giving this answer. 13B is a wrong. Frosted glass is a wrong. It's not a transparent. No, I said you the previous question also that a frosted glass is a translucent. We can see the substance from, we can see the object outside, but not clearly. So 13 answer is air because air is the transparent always. Please remember this one. We can see thoroughly because anything we can see because of the air only. And air is the transparent. Now 14th one is some metals develop a dull appearance over a time. Some metals develop a dull appearance over a time, as we have already discussed, because of the air and moisture, right? So this is due to the effect of air and moisture reacting with the metal surface, which I have told you. So I told you the answer. So what is the correct answer for the 14th one? A, yes. Both A and 2 are true and R is the correct expression of A. Yes. Very good. Very good. You all are responding so nicely. Thank you for that. I hope this chapter is finding you very easy. Okay. Iron nails are kept in each of the following liquids. In which one would they lose? They shine and appear dull. Now, this is the things which you have to think properly. Iron nail you have taken, and you have taken the liquid coconut oil, petrol, mustard oil, soft drink. Where you do find that they lose the property of shine and appears dull. Yeah, it is a very, very, very easy chapter. Very good. Okay. Mm-hmm. Coconut oil. Everyone is answering 15. Oh, 14 is over. Let me see how many of you are answering for the 15th number. Iron nails are kept in this four liquid. That is, first is in coconut oil, then second is in the petrol, coconut oil, I'm sorry, petrol, then the mustard oil, and then soft drink. So, out of this, which liquid will change the iron into a dull appearance, or they will lost the iron nail will lost its appearance of the shiny appearance? In doubt to 15 number. Why doubt? Thing is that any oil you take, like whether coconut oil, petrol, or mustard oil, they will not allow the iron nail to lose the property, to lose the shiny property. This is a soft drink because it is a water is there. So water is the enemy of iron nail. So what will be the 15 answer? Coconut oil has a moisture. No. I have a doubt. In which question you have a doubt, beta? D. D is the correct answer for 15 one. Yeah. 15 answer is the D. Maximum children cannot answer this one. I told you that to lose the shiny property, this oil do not allow. Oil do not allow to lose the shiny property. They retain the property. They retain this shiny property. That is why the answer is soft drink, which when you add the iron nail after a few hours, it will change the shiny appearance of the iron nail because soft drink is purely made of the water. Okay, let us come to the next one. That is question number 16. Identify the false statement. Materials are grouped for fun. Okay. Materials are grouped to study their properties. Materials are grouped for convenience to find out. Materials are grouped based on their uses. So I would like to ask you which answer is the which out of this four is the false statement. Yeah. A. Materials are grouped for fun. Yes, materials are not grouped for the fun, but they are used to study their properties, to get it easily in the convenient way, and to group based on their uses. Yes. That is why materials are not grouped for fun is the option A for this answer false statement. Let us go to the next question, that is 17 and 18 question. One of the following liquid is immiscible. Now, what do you mean by immiscible? That is insoluble. This one is what? Vinegar, glycerin, lemon juice, kerosene. Which answer do you think? 16, I think I have finished. 17 is the D, kerosene. Why? Yeah, maximum students are giving the answer in A and D. B, oh, glycerin. Glycerin is miscible, Baba. Vinegar is miscible. These three are generally miscible. And this one is the kerosene is the immiscible. Immiscible means do not mix with the water. So this answer is the kerosene. 17 is the D. Yeah, 17 is the D. Correct answer. Now 18 one. Let us discuss the 18 one. You have to go through it. Study the given table showing some daily used items which can be made from more than one material. Which of these are incorrect? Now, cooking pot. Cooking pot is made up of wood, plastic, metal, and not made by the metal and glass. Then, storage container, wood, plastic, then metal, then glass. All materials are used to make the storage container. LPG cylinder, wood and plastic, no for metal and yes for glass. Teacup, wood is required. Wood with the wood we can make it. With plastic we can make it. With metal we can make it. With glass we cannot make it. So, out of this, which one is incorrect? One tell me. Which of these are incorrect? Yes. 18 one is B. 1, 3, and 4. Tell me. 18 answer is B. Yes. First one, that is the cooking pot, can be made by the metal. This is wrong, that's why. So 1 is incorrect, then 3 is incorrect, and 4 is incorrect. So why those who have not understood the question, just see here. Cooking pot can be made by the metal also. Glass we cannot mix. Then storage container, all four is possible. LPG cylinder, we are requiring the metal and they have given the plastic and wood. Totally wrong. Then tea cup can be made with the glass also, but they have not given. So that is why 1, 3, 4 is the correct answer. That these three are the incorrect. Now next one is 19 number question. Please read it out. Smriti took 4 beakers containing equal amount of water. She wanted to check the solubility of some solids like sugar, salt, chalk powder, and sawdust. She added the solids to each beaker, stirred it properly, stirred and waited for some time. What did she observe? I'm showing you the option, okay. Sugar and chalk powder are soluble in water while salt and sawdust are insoluble. Sugar, salt, and chalk powder are soluble in water while sawdust is insoluble. Sugar, salt, chalk powder, and sawdust are soluble. All are soluble in water. Sawdust. Okay, what is the sawdust? You must have seen the carpenter when they are using the carpenter. Okay, and they when they cut into a piece in this way, when they make it a this, the dust falls on it. That is called as a sawdust. Because it is oil. Which question number? Karishma, which question you are talking about? सॉडस्ट हम लोग हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हैं, वो होता है आपका लकड़ी की बुरादे. Okay, children are in the question number 19, 13, like that. I think network slow, that is why. Yeah, sawdust is means it's a what you say, लकड़ी के बुराद होते हैं ना, वो उसको बोलते हैं सॉडस्ट. तो हम लोगों ने आज बहुत सारे प्रॉपर्टीज को हमने पढ़ा है. सॉल्युबिलिटी, जिससे मिक्स हो सकता है. इनसॉल्युबल, जिससे मिक्स नहीं होता है. हार्ड मटेरियल होता है, सॉफ्ट मटेरियल होता है. हार्ड मतलब बहुत सख्त, सॉफ्ट मतलब बहुत स्पॉन्जी टाइप, जैसे सॉफ्ट ऐसे कर सकते हैं, उसको दबा सकते हैं. सॉफ्ट मटेरियल क्या हो सकता है, उसको दबा सकते हैं और उसमें स्क्रैच कर सकते हैं. हार्ड मटेरियल में हम ना उसको दबा सकते हैं ना उसमें स्क्रैच कर सकते हैं. सॉल्युबिलिटी का मतलब होता है कितना घुलना. कौन सी चीज है जो घुल सकती है, जैसे लेमन जूस हुआ, शुगर हुआ, सॉल्ट हुआ, ये सब घुल सकते हैं. लेकिन सॉ डस्ट, लकड़ी के बुरादे कभी नहीं उसमें मिक्स होगा. या फिर उसको मान लीजिए चॉक पाउडर ले रहे हो, वो भी नहीं मिक्स होगा, वो नीचे जाके सेटल हो जाएगा. सो जो सेटल हो जाता है, सैंड भी नहीं मिक्स होता है. जो मिक्स नहीं होता है उसको बोलते हैं इनसॉल्युबल. और जो लिक्विड नहीं मिक्स होता है उसको बोलते हैं इमिसिबल. जैसे कि आपका तेल, कोई भी तेल ले लो, चाहे वो केरोसिन तेल हो, कोकोनट ऑयल हो, या फिर आपका कोई भी ब्रांड का ऑयल हो, उसमें जब भी आप पानी में डालोगे वो मिक्स नहीं होगा, वो ऊपर तैरेगा. क्यों? उसका डेंसिटी लेस है वाटर से, और वाटर का डेंसिटी हाई है, इसीलिए वो कभी मिक्स नहीं होगा. लेकिन अगर आप लोगे लेमन जूस लोगे, या फिर सिरप लोगे, या फिर विनीगर लोगे, पानी में डालोगे तो घुल जाएगा. इसका मतलब है वो मिसिबल है, वो मिक्स्ड है. वो पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में हमने वही पूछा. तो यहाँ पर जो है चार चीजें लिए हुए हैं. शुगर लिया हुआ है, चॉक पाउडर लिया हुआ है, सॉल्ट लिया है, सॉडस्ट लिया है. तो शुगर नेचुरली मिक्स होता है पानी के साथ. सॉल्ट भी मिक्स हो जाता है पानी के साथ, जब आप लेमन जूस बनाते हो सॉल्ट डालते हो जाता है ना. Chalk powder is made up of calcium. Actually, it is made up of calcium carbonate, which is insoluble. Yes, it's true. So, the answer is D. You all are giving the correct answer, that sugar and salt are soluble. Sugar and salt. Achha, let me put this one little bit here. Sugar and salt. Sugar and salt are soluble in water, while chalk powder and sawdust are insoluble. Insoluble का मतलब क्या होता है, जिसमें घुलता नहीं है. और soluble का मतलब होता है जो मिक्स हो सकता है. आई थिंक हिंदी वाले भी थोड़ा समझ गए होंगे. तो जो चीज मिक्स हो सकती है उसको बोलते हैं सॉल्युबल पानी के अंदर, और जो चीज मिक्स नहीं हो सकता है उसको बोलते हैं इनसॉल्युबल पानी के अंदर. तो आप लोगों को ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा कि जब आपको कोई क्वेश्चन पूछता है ओलंपियाड में, तो सबसे पहले आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा कि प्रॉपर्टीज हमने क्या पढ़ा था. मेनली उसी प्रॉपर्टी के आधार पे आपको दूसरे क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाएगा. नेक्स्ट वन आता है, मैच कॉलम 1 विथ कॉलम 2 एंड सिलेक्ट द करेक्ट आंसर यूजिंग द कोड गिवन बिलो द कॉलम्स. एल्यूमिनियम है, सैंड है, ग्लास है, ऑयल्ड पेपर है. आपके चार कॉलम 2 में है ट्रांसपेरेंट, ट्रांसलूसेंट, डल अपीयरेंस, शाइनी अपीयरेंस. नाउ एल्यूमिनियम क्या है आपका? ट्रांसपेरेंट है, ट्रांसलूसेंट है, डल अपीयरेंस है, या शाइनी अपीयरेंस है. ऐसे वाले जब क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ना बच्चे, तो आप लोगों को क्या करना है बच्चों, समझ में पहले सबसे पहले आप यहाँ पे पहले उसको ऐसे लगाओ. किसके साथ होता है? सबसे पहले लगाओ। ग्लास क्या है मुझे नहीं पता, एल्यूमिनियम का मुझे नहीं पता, सैंड का मुझे नहीं पता, मुझे ग्लास का पता है। ग्लास जो है हमारा जो है वो ट्रांसपेरेंट है, मुझे यही पता है कि ये ट्रांसपेरेंट है, मैंने इसको लगा दिया। सैंड क्या है? सैंड है हमारा डल अपीयरेंस। ऑयल पेपर क्या है हमारा? ट्रांसलूसेंट। तो ऑटोमेटिकली आ गया एल्यूमिनियम शाइनी। तो बताओ ए के साथ क्या है? एस। बी के साथ क्या है? आर। सी के साथ क्या है? ग्लास के साथ क्या है? पी। तो यहाँ पे है। ऑयल्ड पेपर के साथ क्या है? क्यू। तो मुझे जो मैंने जिस तरह से लगाया है उस तरह से मुझे यहाँ पे मिला है। दैट मीन्स द आंसर इज डी। यस, मैक्सिमम चिल्ड्रन हैज गिवन द डी आंसर। वेरी गुड। Yeah, this is called elimination. Okay, fine. So, next comes your last question of this session. That is the question number 21. Which is the hardest substance found in the earth? Gold, diamond, silver, aluminum. Yeah, option D is correct. 20. Shivansh is correct. Shivansh Das is correct. Okay, the answer is diamond. You are telling diamond. Only half people are giving the answer. Okay, thank you. Time up. Yes, if you can want to leave, you can leave. Yeah, 1 minute is still there in my hand. So, gold is the hardest substance. No, diamond is the hardest substance. It is so hard that we can cut the glass also. Yes, it's time up. I know. So, diamond is the correct answer. In this way, we finish our session. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you, all of you. Yeah. Bye bye. Stay happy, stay healthy, children. Next session, let's see. I'll choose the little bit difficult pro topic and let me see how many of you are responding. Thank you and have a good day.